Hey, Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahab, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who taught me his word. Peace and blessings to the Akin and pushing his word of truth and sincerity. This is Amathi from the GMS Dallas camp. And just wanted to go into a quick lesson in regards to the scripture I have here, you know, um, is Revelation 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of this great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. And this scripture here is representation of what will be going on during these times here, which so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is the true Hebrew Israelites, are going through. Right? Sodom and Egypt. Sodom was destroyed with brimstone and fire. Okay, during the time of Lot, when he was actually got out the city. His wife didn't make it. It was him and his daughters. All right, and that's where later on you find the descendants of Lot and his two daughters are the Ammonites and the Moabites, which are so-called Chinese and your so-called Japanese. Japanese being your your Ammonites, and your Chinese being your Moabites. Okay, but what we're seeing here is, like I say, now today is Sodom is America. Okay, this is where all the lewdness happens. This is where it starts. That's why when a lot of the women rights and the vulgar or the just the wicked acts, when they go into these other countries, they always say this is the Western way of life. Because when the Western way of life, which is Esau's basically Esau's supremacy, and which has spread it throughout the world, because the earth was given to the hands of the wicked, Job 9:24. What happened? It spreads throughout, and what did he do? He brought forth, he's have spread throughout the world of pure homosexuality, all this confusion with the genderifications and all this. This is basically abominations that's bringing forth destruction to spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay, which we are here. The dead bodies in the streets are you Israelites, especially the elect. We have waken up, but we have been here as dry bones for so many years. Okay, so we jumped off actually got drug off the slave ships, right, through the transatlantic slave trade. We have been beaten, robbed, raped. Okay, what did that remind you of? It remind you of the time we was in Egypt. Okay, that you can read Exodus for that, and we were delivered. Okay, and we went off into the wilderness. But this time we have the mercy where we will be delivered, and Sodom and Egypt will experience death by pain through World War III, thermonuclear destruction, and also by way of the fire, lasers, brimstone of the chariots. Who will have to be on the father's ship is Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we're being delivered up. The thing is, these times we have to stay rooted and built up. Okay, as you read in Colossians chapter 2, and that's how when you go into Egypt, reading to the time we were in Egypt, they had the elect men, which your who are your priests, okay, who the men of the Most High. Okay, when Moses came back, that what happened. They listened and they went forth and they moved forward and got forward to watch the miracles and the works of Yahweh, of the Most High. Okay, and then what happened? He hardened Pharaoh's heart till the plagues, the prophecy were fulfilled, by way showing of the plagues, and from there, what happened? We were delivered out. So what's happening now? We're prophesying and we're seeing these things happen to spiritually Sodom and Egypt, which is AKA America, AKA Babylon the Great, right? This I'm gonna read this real quick. This is Exodus chapter 14 and 12. Exodus 14 and 12. Is that right here? So, okay, and it reads, "Is it not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptian than that we would die in the wilderness." Okay? And this is the valley of the shadow of death that King David was talking about here in America. And our people, they don't want to let go of that. They don't want to let go of the that American pride. They want to hold on to it. They want to stay joined hand to hand with their oppressor. Okay, so what happened? They will be destroyed along with their oppressor, right? Those joined hand in hand, they will be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord didn't give them that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So they don't have that stability to understand that your oppressor will be destroyed. Who is the main oppressor? Esau, Edom. Okay, who put us in this dead state? Esau, Edom. In the 60s, what happened? The Lord provided that spirit to resonate with us to understand the scriptures by providing to Elder Abba Bivens. And what happened from there? It went on through our apostle elders, and it went on to our elders, and it went on to and so forth, on to the brothers on down the line. And it's resonating throughout the world now by way of the unicorn. You even got these celebrities coming out trying to. They don't really got a lot of. They don't really have an understanding. They just hear the Israelites try to run with it and get all the Egyptology and you're Israelite, but Egypt and all this. All this is they get it all intertwined and messed up, and that's going to lead also our the 2/3 to the destruction as well. Trying to listen to their favorite rapper or their favorite comedian who think they have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They understand that they're Israelites and trying to in turn teach, you know. But as it says, our people, they look forward to Esau. They look for the help, and when they're not getting their spiritual appetite quenched through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, they're gonna keep getting their that wicked vibe, and they're gonna keep absorbing that by way of because of Esau putting that pure wickedness on TV and what have you. So they don't want to let go of America. They don't want to let go of Esau's way. They don't want to let go of Esau's system. So what's going to happen? They're going to go down with that empire, right? And let me get something here. This is Hosea. I'm gonna go chapter 4, verse 6, and it reads, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt not be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children." Okay, these look at Nick Cannon. He actually have said some things, and now he has to pay homage to his oppressor because he basically signed that that death note. That he signed the contract and he got to go by way. He accepted the money. He probably got ran through. So now he have to pay money because they're probably gonna show him, hey, you got. I'm just saying. I don't know. This is happened, but I'm just saying, we just know through the spirit, and also know to all these whistleblowers what happens. Like, hey, you trying to say that you're the real Israelites? Well, look at this tape. You're gonna go back and he'll watch the tape, see what happened. You can go back and say this and that, and you're gonna donate money and what have you. All right. Hey, selling your soul, you don't see no soul getting pulled from you carnally. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, you understand that he's putting that lock on you, that lock on your soul, the spirit. He want to be like the Most High, right? But our people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. So they're going to hold on to their oppressor because they have received a lot of their knowledge from their oppressor. Okay. But like you say, we're supposed to stay rooted and built up. And I actually want to get that as well. This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 7. It says, rooted and built up in him and established in the faith as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. All right. And it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and feigned deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach. You got to look towards Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got to look towards who's providing the full book, giving you the full 411 on the scriptures. That is starting with the Apostle of GMS on down. Okay? Like it says, these certain philosophies that are mixed in philosophy that the brothers are starting to hear now. This will bug you out if you're not rooted and built up in the spirit. Grandmaster Jay was with an unk on, and then he's talking about he's an Israelite, and then he's looking for the carnal warfare. This man is bugged out. Or he, like you said, he just, plugged in with Esau, and he's finna help extend Esau's wickedness and set up you Jakes for destruction. Then one of his men just gets shot, talking about we all train military. Hey, that ain't no sign of training there, But yet, like he says, it's going back to Hosea 4:6. Hey, he destroyed from a lack of knowledge, right? I want to try to get one more and go ahead and close out. This is Isaiah 29:9. It says, stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. Hey, stay on your P's and Q's, like we're going to here in the here on the screen. It says, and their dead bodies lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. You have a lot of different type of philosophies, so you got to see what you're taking in. Okay, like you say, they are drunken, but not with wine. You're drunken with all these philosophies. Okay, you're eating from that tree. Okay, that unforbidden tree, the unforbidden fruit, which is Esau, and it will happen in the time of the garden. Okay, you got a tree of good and evil. What you gonna do? Okay, you know the way of the wicked, where evil. Okay, is the way of the left hand side. And, the way of righteousness. You may have to go through this turmoil, but the Lord, He's going to protect His men. Okay, you can get that in Ephesians. Okay, but keep the whole body armor. How about Shem Yahushua, which goes into staying rooted, falling upon that good ground, where it goes into Mark 4, being that good seed. Okay, don't wither away. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Okay, we've been waking up, going to Ezekiel. Okay, I want to get that, and then I'm going to end it. All right. And we're in the valley of the shadow of the death, but we're going to be waking up. All right. And I'm just going to read on through it, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, "So I prophesied," and this is going to the valley of the dry bones. This is Ezekiel 37, verse 7. It says, "So I prophesied as I was commanded. As I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, shaking of the bones came together, bone to his bone." Right? This is that great awakening right here. Okay. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews of the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above, and there was no breath in them. Then said unto Then he said unto me, "Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith Yahweh power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live." So I prophesied, and he came and commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and they stood upon their earth, an exceeding great army. Okay. And it says, "And they said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, Our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our part." All right. But the elect will be wakened, and the elect will be delivered. All right. So those dead bodies, those bones that's in Sodom and Gomorrah, aka America, Babylon the Great, that great awakening happen, and from there is continued on, and it's been spreading by way of what? The unicorn, the internet. And now we're in that point where we're getting into the process of Jacob's trouble, where we're in the prequel of World War III, which actually is actually happening. It just haven't became a full out a hot war, but we're in those times. So stay rooted and built up. Hey, we got to stay a body and keep going, keep pushing. We're almost out this thing. Call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Shalom.